Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at how do you convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers and vice versa. So similar to this problem that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the speedrun version where we go very quickly. If you'd like the normal version of this lesson, I will link that in the description below. Okay, your Ricasso Recap starts now. Here in 30 seconds or less, here is what you need to know before you start this lesson. You should already know about multiplication and division. So similar to these problems that you skip here, either by hand, in your head, okay? Or if you can't do that, you need to have a calculator. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So we're going to start with converting a mixed number to an improper. So a mixed number is this right here, and it's called a mixed number because it has a regular number and it's mixed with a fraction, okay? So mixed number. To convert it to an improper fraction, I like to use the BLT method. All right, most people think of bacon, lettuce, tomato. I think of bottom, large, top. What that means is, here is our original number, 7 3/4. You're going to start from the bottom of the fraction. You're going to go to the 7, to the 3, back to the 4. Okay, and what you do is you do 7 times 4. 7 times 4. Hold on, let me go in the right order. Let's do 4 times 7. 4 times 7 plus 3. So let's compute that real quick. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 3 is 31. And then remember, where you start is where you end. Okay, you started at the 4, you end at the 4. So this goes over 4. This is the final answer. All right, you follow these same steps, right? You multiply the bottom number times the big number, the large number, bottom times the large number. Then you add, so let's do this, times these, add these. Large plus the top. All right? So I've called this the Dorito method too, right? Or the triangle method if you want to see that. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now what happens if you're going the other direction? So now we want to go from an improper to a mixed number. This is called an improper fraction because the top is bigger than the bottom, or the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So the way you do this is you ask, how many times can 4 go into 27 without going over? So let's try some numbers here. What about 4 times 5? Actually, let's reverse this. What about 5 times 4 is 20? I think we can get closer. What about 6 times 4 is 24? That's pretty close. What about 7 times 4 is 28? Now remember, we don't want to go over. So 7 times 4 is too big. We can't use it. So now we use the next closest one, which is 6 times 4. This 6 right here is the first part of your answer, 6. Okay? Now you look at this 24, and you say, okay, how close was the 24 to 27? How close did we get? Well, we were basically 3 off, right? You could do 27 minus 24. That's what we're really saying, which gives you 3, okay? And so 3 is the top of the fraction over, and what did we start with in the denominator? What did we start with in the bottom of the fraction? We started with 4. So that 4 stays 4, right? And this is our final answer. Here is our mixed number, right? We have a large number mixed with a fraction. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these 3 problems on your own. When you're ready, unpause the video. We'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, some bigger numbers. But you should have gotten, here's the work, you should have gotten 79 over 40. For the second problem, here's the work, you should have gotten 6 2/3. And for the final problem, here is the work. Definitely some bigger numbers here, so if you had to use a calculator, even doing it by hand is a little painful, but can be done. Should have gotten 3 19 over 41. All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.